Tom, have you ever arrived in another country and discovered that your suitcase wasn't there?
Unfortunately, yes. And it happened at the worst possible time.
Really? What happened?
Well, imagine arriving in Germany for a 2-week hiking holiday in the Austrian Alps, only to discover that all your hiking equipment had disappeared.
That sounds like a disaster.
At the time, it certainly felt like one. And what happened next was something I'll never forget.
Okay, Tom, you have to tell us this story. Where did it happen?
It happened in August 2019. My younger brother, Peter, and I were flying from London Stansted Airport to Munich Airport. We were travelling with Ryanair because the flights were inexpensive and convenient.
And what was the purpose of the trip?
A hiking holiday. For 2 weeks we planned to explore the Austrian Alps. We weren't planning anything extreme, just lots of mountain walks, beautiful scenery, fresh air, good food, and hopefully good weather.
That sounds wonderful.
It really was. At least it eventually became wonderful. The beginning was much more stressful. The flight itself was completely normal. We landed at Munich Airport without any problems. Everything was running smoothly.
So at this point, you had no idea anything was wrong.
None at all. In fact, we were both in a fantastic mood. Our holiday had finally begun.
What happened next?
We went through the airport and headed towards baggage reclaim. You know that feeling when you're standing beside the luggage carousel waiting for your suitcase to appear?
Yes, everyone is watching the conveyor belt, waiting for their bags.
Exactly. Suitcases started arriving. People collected them and left. More suitcases arrived. More people left. Eventually, the carousel became quieter and quieter and quieter.
Uh-oh, I think I know where this is going.
So did I. My brother found his suitcase, but mine never appeared.
That must have been frustrating.
It was. But what made it worse was what was inside.
What did you have in the suitcase?
Almost everything I needed for the holiday. My hiking boots, my hiking socks, my walking clothes, my hiking poles, most of my equipment.
So without that suitcase, hiking would be very difficult.
Exactly. And at that moment I realised our holiday might already be in trouble. My brother and I walked over to the baggage support desk. There were several people waiting. Apparently, I wasn't the only unlucky traveller that day.
That probably wasn't very reassuring.
No, but something interesting happened while we were waiting.
What was that?
I met a young woman from Germany called Astrid. She had exactly the same problem. Her suitcase had disappeared too.
Really?
Yes. So while we waited, we started chatting. We talked about where we were travelling, how long we were staying, and what we planned to do.
Sometimes it's surprising how quickly strangers start talking when they're sharing the same problem.
That's very true. For a short time, we were both members of an unfortunate club, the Missing Suitcase Club.
Not a club many people want to join.
Definitely not. Eventually, we reached the desk. The staff were polite and helpful. They asked lots of questions. What did the suitcase look like? What colour was it? Did it have any identifying marks? Where would we be staying?
The usual questions.
Exactly. Then came the difficult part. They couldn't tell me where the suitcase was. They simply didn't know.
That must have been worrying.
Very worrying. They told us that if the suitcase was found, they would try to deliver it. So we gave them our destination, a tiny village called Greece near Lengenfeld in Austria. And that's when they looked slightly surprised, because Greece isn't exactly easy to find.
So at this point, you had no idea where your suitcase was?
None at all. And unfortunately, standing in the airport wasn't going to solve the problem.
I suppose there wasn't much else you could do.
Exactly. We had completed all the paperwork. The airline had our details. The baggage team had our destination. Now all we could do was wait.
That's not a great feeling.
No, especially because we were about to start a hiking holiday, and all my hiking equipment was somewhere between London, Munich, and who knows where else.
What happened next?
Well, we decided there was no point letting the missing suitcase ruin the first day, so we headed to the car rental area.
You had already booked a car.
Yes, and this is where things improved slightly. We had booked a Volkswagen Golf R.
A Golf R? That's quite a sporty car.
Exactly. We had paid a little extra because we wanted something fun to drive through the mountains.
Well, if you're going to spend 2 weeks driving around the Alps, you might as well enjoy the journey.
That was our thinking. And I have to admit, seeing that car waiting for us improved my mood a little. Not completely, but a little. After collecting the car, we started the drive towards Austria. The scenery gradually became more impressive. The mountains became larger. The roads became quieter. And despite the suitcase situation, we were beginning to feel excited again.
Because now the holiday was finally starting.
Exactly. Although every now and then I'd think about my missing suitcase and become annoyed all over again.
When did you realise how serious the problem was?
The following morning,
Why?
because that's when we planned our first proper mountain walk. And suddenly reality arrived.
No hiking boots.
No hiking boots, no hiking poles, no proper hiking socks, no suitable clothing.
That's a problem.
A very big problem. You can walk around a city in ordinary trainers, but hiking in the Alps is different. You need proper equipment.
So what did you do?
We spent almost an entire day shopping.
Ouch! That's not how most people want to spend their holiday.
Definitely not. We visited outdoor equipment shops. We looked at hiking boots, walking poles, socks, waterproof clothing, everything.
That must have been expensive.
It was. And that made the situation even more frustrating. Because I already owned all those things. They were simply missing inside a suitcase somewhere.
Paying twice for the same equipment isn't much fun.
Not at all. But we didn't really have a choice. Without the equipment, the holiday couldn't continue properly.
Did the airline contact you during this time?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. No updates, no phone calls, no emails, no news.
That must have been worrying.
Very. Each day we wondered, has the suitcase been found? Is it still in Munich? Is it still in London? Has it gone somewhere completely different? We simply didn't know. Eventually, we decided to stop worrying and enjoy the holiday.
Probably the best decision.
I think so. And honestly, once we started hiking, the scenery was incredible. Massive mountains, beautiful valleys, waterfalls, glaciers, crystal clear rivers. It was everything we had hoped for.
Austria is a beautiful country.
It really is. And despite the missing suitcase, we were having a fantastic time. The food was amazing. The weather was good. And every day brought another incredible mountain view.
So when did things finally change?
Near the beginning of the second week.
After more than a week?
Yes. By that point, we had almost accepted that the suitcase might never return.
Really?
Honestly, yes. We had stopped expecting good news. At that point, we were staying in an extraordinary location.
Where exactly?
High above the valley floor, around 1,700 metres above sea level.
That's quite high.
It was reached by a narrow mountain road. In some places, only one vehicle could pass at a time, so if another car appeared, somebody had to stop and let the other driver through.
That sounds very remote.
It was. But the views were absolutely spectacular. We could see mountains in every direction and glaciers shining in the distance. It felt like a different world.
So what happened?
We were preparing to leave for another hiking destination. Just an ordinary morning. Nothing unusual. Then a vehicle arrived.
And?
The driver stepped out, opened the back of the van. And there it was. My suitcase.
No way.
Exactly. That was our reaction too. We couldn't believe it.
After all that time?
After all that time. And in one of the most remote places imaginable.
The driver must have had an interesting job.
Absolutely. Imagine trying to locate lost suitcases and deliver them to people all over Europe.
That can't be easy.
Not at all. and somehow he had managed to find us at a remote hotel up a mountain road in the middle of the Austrian Alps.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And he was a really nice man, friendly, professional, calm.
I imagine he met a lot of happy people.
Probably every day. Nobody is unhappy when their missing suitcase finally returns.
How did you feel when you saw it?
Relieved. Very relieved. It wasn't really about the suitcase anymore. It was about finally knowing what had happened. The mystery was over.
And all your original equipment was inside?
Everything. The boots, the poles, the clothing, everything. Exactly as I had packed it.
So what lesson did you learn from this experience?
A very practical one. Never put all your essential equipment into one suitcase.
That makes sense.
Next time, I would split important items between my suitcase and my carry-on luggage. That way, even if a suitcase disappears, I still have enough equipment to continue the trip.
A very useful travel tip.
One learned through experience.
Despite everything, it sounds like you still had an amazing holiday.
We really did. The missing suitcase was frustrating. The shopping trip was frustrating. Spending extra money was frustrating. But the mountains were incredible. The food was fantastic, and the memories were unforgettable.
And eventually the suitcase came home.
Eventually it did, although it certainly took the scenic route.
That's a great story, and a great reminder that sometimes travel doesn't go exactly as planned.
Very true. But sometimes the unexpected problems become part of the adventure.
Have you ever lost a suitcase while travelling? Tell us your story in the comments. We'd love to hear about it.
And if you enjoyed today's story, please give the video a like.
And subscribe to the English Language channel for more English listening practice, stories, and conversations.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you in the next story.
Goodbye.
See you later, folks.